Hello and welcome to the Ring Post Daily Podcast. You're listening to myself, Jesse Henrik, the RPD Prophecy Champion. For how long, though, we will see. Joey Hudson, the Honorary Oos, and Tyreek Ramsey, Big Daddy T. Now, you are joining us for the predictions for WWE Money in the Bank, and this is the second half of our Supercard 2, which was AEW Forbidden Door X Money in the Bank. So, the score stands at 7 points for myself, 8 points for Tyreek Ramsey, and a whopping 12 points for Joey Hudson. And even with his 1 point advantage, he gained 11 natural points. So, congratulations.
The most I've earned in a pay-per-view yet, I think.
Your best showing. But the story is not over. As I said, we have WWE Money in the Bank predictions to get through, and I could still squeeze a win. We got Champion's Advantage out there. We got some real head scratchers here in this card. So
with you to pull pull it off, though, according to my math, you being 5 points behind, you have to pull 5 matches perfectly to tie it, and 1 match right and me 1 match wrong to get that 1 point advantage. So it's crazy.
Actually, you're not entirely right. So the way I would have to pull it out is my super pick has to win, number 1. That's the main thing.
Ooh, forgot
2,
about that.
I have to pick at least 3 different matches than you and have them correct. So it's kind of a multifaceted approach.
Joey, I knew you forgot. You've been sitting here talking about you have 12 points. Like, we both have our super picks.
You wasted yours.
Dominated.
Yeah,
you've been talking all this time. Just like, what are you talking about?
Joey threw his super pick on possibly the safest option of the super card in MJF. Like, how the fuck was Hiroshi Tanahashi taking the AEW belt? Come on. But let's get into it. So, I think what we're looking at for the opener for this year is going to be the men's Money in the Bank ladder match. Possibly the most contested, the most up in the air match we have. Now, I wasn't singing that tune 2 weeks ago. It wasn't until Logan Paul entered this match that I was like, damn, this is hard now. Because before, it was between Damian Priest and LA Knight. Let's all be honest about that. None of the other goobers in the match are winning. Butch isn't winning. Santos isn't winning. Nakamura's not going to win. Ricochet's not going to win. He's there to do flips. Okay, LA Knight, Damian Priest are the 2 hottest commodities in that match. And then you throw in Logan Paul, who is the absolute X factor. So I'm interested to see who you guys are picking here. Because, I mean, there's such an element of randomness to it. So, Ty, I think we're going to go with you first.
I mean, I was the same deal. It's like when I heard Logan was announced for the match, it was like I was just like, he's the last person I want to win, but he's in the match. Like, I can't deny that he's in the match. I'm just like,
how good
he leaped over the top rope. That was crazy.
How good would he look on social media holding that briefcase for WWE? That's the thing that's killing me.
I told my brother he's just there to take a spot. I want him double entendre there, but he's gonna be on the ladder with his phone as usual, and somebody's gonna push him off the ladder into some tables. That's what I want to see. I'm hoping that's what I want him to provide.
If he doesn't, I was just going to say, if he doesn't win it, I at least hope that he has a good showing with Ricochet again. I think they made money at Royal Rumble, and I think this is another great opportunity for those 2 to kind of get together and do something special. But go ahead with your pick.
For sure. Well,
It's hard.
I'm going with the with ah. Okay, I already got locked in, but I'm just kind of going back and forth here. But I'm going with
Come on, man, you got to
the
get.
punishment from the Judgment Day,
Ooh.
Damian Priest.
Okay.
Damian Priest is walking out as Money in the Bank. Like,
Okay.
I've realized that LA Knight chance of or talking about winning Money in the Bank's been for a while, but LA Knight he'll be fine. He'll get loved even more. So Priest is gonna steal it from him, and maybe set some stuff up for SummerSlam.
Okay. Okay. Joey, your prediction.
I'm trying to think strategic here, like Roman on SmackDown. I don't see a SmackDown star winning, but they could take that over to Raw and cash it in. So it's freaking hard to to really predict.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think any of us really think that the Money in the Bank is getting cashed in on Roman. Like, let's throw that out there right now. It's gonna be on Seth, but who's gonna do it is the problem.
That's why they did.
Because LA Knight's on SmackDown.
Biggie was on SmackDown, and Biggie was on SmackDown in 2021, and he cashed in on Bobby. Who was on Raw at the
time. I want to go with. God, I'm gonna regret this. I know it. I'm gonna go with Logan Paul.
Oh shit! The prime general himself.
Bruh.
Okay.
How did I know? I just thought you. Oh Lord. That was somehow expected and unexpected.
I was hoping this would happen because a lot of times here, all of us we're kind of backed into a corner, and we always kind of have to pick. Well, we kind of think the same guy's going to win, but maybe one of us throws out a name just for the sake of being different. But I think all three of us legitimately have different ideas about this match, because I am going to say that LA Knight, is winning this match.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dummy. Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
What? Yeah. We could do that for hours.
This is LA Knight's match to lose here. I mean, the guy is on fire. He just did an awesome interview with Chris Van Vliet.
He did.
He's got merch.
I saw some clips.
Yeah, he's got merch coming out. He's talking about bringing Dummy back. I mean, he's got all these pots cooking. So here's what I'm gonna say.
Nah, man, Priest could have won the briefcase a year ago or even last year if he was in those matches. It's Priest's time.
Well, here's the thing.
Go ahead, Jesse.
I am either going to die a fighting champion, or I am going to walk away as champion. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm throwing my super pick on LA Knight. Yeah!
Rest in peace.
Right here. And if I die by that, if I die by that, I know I die knowing that I put it on the man that should have won. And if WWE screws me, well, there's nothing I can do about that. But damn it, I believed in the guy who should win the match.
That's the thing. My heart is saying LA Knight, but my gut is saying Logan Paul.
Nah, my heart and mind is with Damian Priest. He's good. LA Knight's going to be climbing the ladder. Everybody's going crazy. It's LA Knight's night. And then freaking Priest just comes up.
Well, you're kind of...
Get out of here. Takes the title. I mean, the
you
briefcase.
got to kind of remember, him and Balor, they've had that whole stay out of my match thing going. And what if Balor comes out and tries to help Priest, but somehow screws him over? Like... This could be either one way of building Finn Balor being kicked out or Damian Priest leaving. I don't really see Damian Priest leaving, but if I had to pick between Priest and Balor, I could see them doing an Edge thing and kicking him out. But you got to think they've had a little bit of tension there, so you got to think the possibilities of this match.
Here's the thing. Okay, so Ty. What you're saying for Priest to, steal it away from LA Knight. Yeah, that's totally possible. But at the same time, couldn't you take that scenario and put it on Logan Paul and take the guy who's already a mega heel and give him that little bit of extra mega heel heat? Because Priest is going babyface. The signs are all there. Why would you put a heel thing onto Priest when he's about to turn babyface? If anybody's going to steal away from LA Knight, it's Logan Paul. He's one of the biggest heels in the company.
I think not Judgment Day. Priest is turning heel almost because Judgment Day's been baby faces for a while, pretty much. Or not never mind, not Dom.
Yeah.
Dom's not a baby face. Mommy's a baby face.
Mommy's not a baby face. Mommy is a heel, but she's mommy. We love Mommy no matter what.
Well, he's gonna out heel them, okay?
Well, another scenario to look at too is what if Priest did win, Balor loses to Rollins, and then Damian comes out, cashes in, and wins, and Balor has that like, I can't believe I couldn't do it, but you could type of thing.
That's the thing. It's just I don't see if LA Knight or Logan Paul win, I don't see them winning a title at all. But Priest, I can see him cashing in on Rollins and easily
former
winning,
NXT champion,
and being on Raw. Yeah.
God, so many things that could happen.
LA Knight ain't cashing in on Seth.
Well, here's the thing. Let's go from this because I think we've had quite a bit of discussion on this match, and I love it. Don't get me wrong. I love all three of our perspectives here. I love that we have different picks. But let's go into one where I think it's a little bit more predictable. Or is it? Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler versus Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez for the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships. Do we go with Rousey and Baszler, who are bringing legitimacy to the tag division, or do we go to Liv and Raquel, who, number one, they didn't lose the title to begin with, and number two, there's this whole program that Ronda and Shayna have wanted to do for a long time between those two, and SummerSlam's coming up. So do we do a breakup angle between those two? So there's moving parts again. So I'm interested to get your guys' predictions here. Joey, I'm going to go to you first.
I gotta go with Ronda and them because they just unified the tag titles, and I heard that they want to put
against your girl.
I am. I heard they want to actually. I heard they want to experiment with Ronda Rousey in NXT, and I don't see them just throwing her off the main roster down to the gold brand. So, if anything, I can see her experimenting on NXT while she's defending the titles with Shayna in all three brands. I think that it's a little too early for Liv to win it after an injury. I think she'll be taking it a little light. So with them just now unifying the women's tag team championships, I'm going to think that they're going to be rolling pretty high in this one, and I'm going to go with them.
I'm really surprised out of you, Joey. You're using your head instead of your heart. But she's never going to sign your dog's business card again.
That's all I need.
With Morgan, I'm gonna put it on Twitter and be like, this asshole didn't vote for you.
It's okay. There's a thing called editing. I'll just say, for example, I'll just say I'm going with Liv Morgan. I'll take that clip and put it in the spot, and it'll never exist. But I already got her autograph on my dog's card, so I don't need it twice.
I, too, am going to go with Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler because, for many of the same reasons you had, I think it's a little too early to do the hot potato again. I think if they were going to take the title off Ronda and Shayna, they should have done it with the Unholy Union because, that would have been a huge win for them. It's a legitimate tag team, whereas... I feel like Liv and Raquel, even though they are pretty good as a tag, I still see them more as singles competitors. So I don't know. It's a gut feeling. I don't think they're going to win it here. So I'm going with Ronda and Shayna. Ty, what about you?
I'm also going with Ronda and Shayna for all the reasons you both said, and also just it's just I feel like this can go into SummerSlam. Like, to be honest, I think this tag team match is like awesome. This feud or
Do we
whatever,
see a
them
rematch
not
at
losing the titles,
SummerSlam?
and I I would love to see that, to where Liv and Raquel get that big W on the big stage, and that's why I think this will sort of lead to that. But because it's just crazy, the matchups with Liv being able to, or the only women to uh, beat Ronda twice,
Mm,
and just the history there, and Raquel is just a beast.
absolutely.
To be honest, if Raquel was in the Money in the Bank, that would have been my pick.
Well, and
But unfortunately, nah.
another bit of machination in this too is they're also talking about Rodriguez going against Mommy at SummerSlam too. So that's a possibility.
Wow, that's a good one.
Yeah. Oh, and did you see their street fight in NXT? Oh, oh boy.
Between who?
Rhea Ripley and Raquel.
Between Raquel and
Yeah.
no, I don't.
Oh,
I don't remember
dude,
seeing it.
you have to make a point to go back and watch it. It was in the dying days of the Black and Gold brand, and my God, they just tore the house down. So yeah,
I'm surprised I don't.
look it up, man.
Man, I feel like I. Yeah, I feel like I've seen it. I just don't remember because I was watching NXT during that time and I was enjoying it. Like,
Yeah,
the main match I think I remember from that time was Io Sky and Raquel for the title. I think it's when Raquel won it. But
at that point in
yeah,
time, Rodriguez was going by Raquel Gonzalez. So if you do look it up,
yeah.
but anyway, so clean sweep for Ronda and Shayna. Next up, let's go with Cody Rhodes versus Dominic Mysterio with Rhea Ripley at his side in a singles match. A lot of people are looking at this black and white, uh, but I don't think it's so simple. I think there's some shades of gray there. Um, I think Mommy brings a lot to this match. She's been integral in sort of Dom's presentation over the last couple weeks. I mean, even a couple, months, what have you. But especially with this feud with Cody, I think we might even see Brandy Rhodes come back at Money in the Bank here and kind of, have a little face off with
That'd be
Mommy or
crazy.
something. Uh, Ultimately, I feel like Cody's coming away with the win here. I think this is a pretty easy win, not because of the storytelling, but just because it's somebody who, he can go out and believably put down. He's not like a Brock Lesnar threat. And then that's going to give him some momentum going into SummerSlam, where it sounds like they're doing the rubber match between him and Lesnar. So my pick is on Cody Rhodes, regardless of what Mommy does. Joey, who do you think's winning?
God, I want to see Dominic win just because I like the whole prison Dom thing, but I'm gonna go with.
That would be the most heat
I know,
ever.
and just like AEW's Forbidden Door, I feel like they're gonna give us some good, and we're gonna get some bad out of it. But I gotta go with Cody Rhodes here.
Cody Rhodes. Okay. Any particular reason outside of what I said?
I think the next big pay per view is SummerSlam. Maybe, I don't know if I'm wrong,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, no, it's SummerSlam.
actually, God, I'm actually thinking about it,
Come
and
on, man.
I
This
think I'm
could be
gonna
the
go with
difference.
Dominic Mysterio instead, because I think Brock Lesnar is gonna come back and take Cody out and make that match happen. So
Okay.
I'm thinking with my head strategically here. I'm gonna go with Dominic mainly for the fact that Brock Lesnar is gonna come back and holy crap, Brock's back. We ain't seen him in months, and technically Brock's not really missed too many pay-per-views within the past year. So even if he shows up
No,
and does a little
this
something to
is
Cody Rhodes, he might miss he might not have a match at the pay-per-view, but I think he'll still show up at it.
this is the first pay-per-view of the year that he's not booked on. So it's interesting.
Yeah, so he might not have a match on the card, but he
opinion.
That's crazy.
He might not have a match on the card, but he could still show up.
That's crazy.
That is. Who do you think's winning, Ty?
First of all, no, Joey. That's like the dumbest thing you've ever said ever, betting on Dom Mysterio. Cody Rhodes is the clear answer. I seen him not tap out after taking all that punishment from Brock Lesnar, had his arm broken it right before the match even happened, and just passed out, wouldn't tap. Dom can't dish out that type of punishment, and even if Brock does come in, whatever he does, F5 or something, or hits him with some, I don't know. Whatever he does, he could still kick out of it and still get the win, even if Judgment Day and Mommy distract him.
Yeah.
However many times, Cody Rhodes is gonna win.
Like I said, I don't see Dominic doing it on his own. I see like a technicality, and I see Brock Lesnar setting that match up for him and Cody 3 at SummerSlam. Cody can beat Brock at SummerSlam and prove himself, but I think he's going to have to lose a little bit more to get irate and to say, why do you keep coming at me? We're going to end this at SummerSlam, and I see this being a good place to do that.
Well, speaking of the punishment that Dom can put out, can we all just agree that Dom needs a new finisher? Like, he's got a weak-ass 619.
Yeah.
Like, that thing
Holy
doesn't
crap.
look like it would hurt a 3-year-old.
But
Holy crap.
it also just...
Go ahead. No, I just realized, about a week ago, we said that Judgment Day in, like, every segment of Raw almost, and, like, out of 7 matches, they're in 3 of them. So you gotta think, one Judgment Day's gotta come out on top, and if it ain't gonna be Balor, or if it's not Priest, you know, I could be right.
Priest.
I could be right. If Priest loses that match, and so does Balor, you know,
Priest
Dominic might
win.
get that, you know, 1 out of 3 members winning. Like, they're all over the card on this one.
You know, there has been reports that there's going to be a big upset on the show, but they haven't said who it is. So
there was a picture.
It could be Dom.
There was a picture of Gunther, Otis, and all of them in a picture for the on the plane ride or something to London.
I remember that. Yeah,
and for some reason, there is somebody was taking out of the picture because you can see their ear is still in the picture. So someone on that plane was taken out of the picture. Could it be Randy Orton? Could it be somebody? Who knows? But like I saw it before I came online with you guys, and it said someone was removed from this picture, and you can tell because you just see a floating ear. And I wonder, who do they crop out? Who did WWE say don't put them in a picture?
Well,
man, it's probably just Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, like I said.
Speaking of Randy. Wait, let's go with Gunther and Matt Riddle.
Well, one sec. Last thought on the last match.
Okay.
I don't see Cody beating Priest on Raw and then losing to Dom at Money in the Bank. That's all I want to say.
Okay. That's fair. But speaking of Randy, let's go with Gunther and Matt Riddle.
Gunther.
So singles match, Intercontinental Championship, no stipulations here. Pretty simple. Like Joey, like you said earlier, I don't see Matt Riddle beating Gunther on 2 legs, let alone 1. But
that was Ty.
Sorry, Ty, you said that. But
yeah,
there is the X factor of the fact that Randy Orton, from all the reports that have been out there and leaked and everything, he is healthy. He is sort of in that kind of holding stage to come back. Do we see him come back and either help or hinder Matt Riddle here? I don't know how to feel about this. So, Joey, let's go with you first. How do you feel about this? Who do you think's winning? And is Randy coming back?
I I think if Randy comes back, it'll be at SummerSlam or the Rumble even. But I think the whole Matt Riddle ankle injury is a good angle because they don't want to make Riddle look weak like he couldn't beat Gunther, but with an injury and maybe Gunther attacking that, even if Matt Riddle loses, it's like, well, come on, he was injured. You can't really say he was 100%. So I'm gonna go with Gunther
That's fair.
and say that Riddle is gonna put on a good show. I think he's gonna put up a fight, but the former MMA guy is not gonna be able to take down the longest reigning Intercontinental Champion of the modern era.
Ty, who are you thinking?
The former MMA guy. I think I also said this before. I love the Gunter and Riddle feud because I get to watch Riddle get beat up. So I'm excited to see that this Saturday, and of course Gunter for all the reasons. Also, what Joey said, and yeah,
And
Gunter.
And you gotta think too, Sami Zayn and Kevin
I'm
Owens
pissed
ain't
that
got a
they're not
match
on the
either.
card.
Yeah, so maybe we'll see some Imperium and Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn in his corner type of deal. Who knows?
Yeah, I mean, anything's possible. I am pissed that they're not on the card, and so is Kevin Owens. He's been kind of talking about that.
That is weird.
But it sounds like they've got some big plans for them coming up over the next couple months. So, if they can't be here, at least they got stuff in the works. It's not like they don't have anything for them.
By the way, I love.
am going to
Go ahead.
for Gunther here. Oh, go. Oh, what do you got to say?
No, I was gonna say I love the whole Kevin Owens like getting irate and yelling and just going bananas, like flipping out. Like I love it. Like he's okay, always been that angry guy, but it's just like turned up a notch and uncontrollable, and I like it. I like seeing Kevin Owens just not being able to hold it in. Like screw you guys, out to the ring we go. I'll see you out there. Gonna kick your ass. Like, geez, Kev, calm down.
That's the thing. Kevin Owens is the most self-aware professional wrestler in the business. Like, his whole thing where, like, we didn't say your name. You can't come out till we say your name. That's in the rules.
Yeah, it's
let's
annoying.
Just go out there and hit each other's ass. Hit my music. Hit his music.
You broke the unspoken rule. It's the unwritten rule.
Yeah. No, I've loved this character out of Kevin Owens. Of course, him and Sammy are going to, fall apart eventually. It happens every time. But I'm just enjoying this face run from Kevin Owens while it lasts.
Like my favorite highlight.
I don't see
one of my favorite highlights. One of my favorite highlights of this past Raw was when Kevin Owens and Zayn interrupted Imperium backstage, and Ludwig Kaiser was like, "No, no, no," and Kevin Owens was like, "What? You don't like being interrupted? It's annoying, ain't it?" I'm like, "God dang, Kevin!" Like.
All right. So again, that's another three-peat here. We're all going for Gunther. I don't think that was a huge shocker. Next up, let's go for the women's Money in the Bank ladder match. Zelina Vega, Becky Lynch, Zoe Stark, Bayley, Io Sky, and Trish Stratus. This is a match with many different moving parts. You have Becky Lynch, Stark, and Stratus all doing their whole kind of feud triangle thing going on. You have Bayley and Sky, who feel like they're about to rip each other's throats out at any minute. You have Zelina Vega, who's just happy to be in the match. And then, of course, you have the match itself, which adds another, bit of chaos to everything. So I think there's really two possible winners here, but I'm interested to see who you guys think it's going to be. So, Ty, I'm going to go with you first. Who do you think's winning?
Out of all of them, I got to say I'm going with Io Sky. Io Sky, she could get the win. Much like Priest, she's kind of going into the baby face or like easing into it. And I think this is where, Bayley will get Bayley's always jealous. She's like the Miz. And so I think that'll cause a little divide and set some things up.
I
So Io Sky. I think if I did, well, I already said that if Raquel was in the match, I would have chose her. But if it wasn't Io, I'd probably say maybe Zelina. Maybe.
I'm surprised you're not mentioning Lynch because they've made this big ta-da about
That's a good
that's
one
the
too.
last thing that she needs in her career to kind of fill out the quota. So, but Joey, let's get your opinion.
So the way I see it happening is, I think this is like Trish Stratus's last year in WWE. I think she's trying to go out with a bang. I think what's going to happen is Trish is going to win the Money in the Bank. Eventually, maybe
Really?
at SummerSlam, maybe Rumble, Becky Lynch will take the title off of uh, off of Rhea or whoever's champion at that point, and then Trish will cash it in at WrestleMania, and probably like in night one or whatever main event, and it'll be Trish versus Becky for the title, and Becky will send Trish packing. So with Zoe Stark in there, I gotta see Trish winning it.
Really? Okay. Very interesting.
No, 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 no.
Very interesting. We once again we all three are picking different people because much like Ty, I believe that this is going to be kind of the implosion of Damage Control here, and I'm going to say Bailey is going to cost Sky the match and take it for herself. I think that we're gonna see Sky turn babyface because of this, and we're gonna have Bailey, who honestly she needs something. You know, ever since she came back, she's danced with the title scene. She's danced with the women's main event, but she's not really gotten there yet. And I want to see her get back, put in a prominent position again. So I think we see Bailey steal it from Sky here, and we have a big implosion there. Any condescending thoughts?
That's that's crazy. We all have three different picks.
Three different
Well, who
picks
remembers?
for each
On
of
both
I
us
of
for
think
them.
it was
both ladder
2012.
matches.
I think it was 2012, but I remember they did like that all heels Money in the Bank, and you had like Cesaro and Swagger, you had Cody Rhodes and his partner Damian Sandow, and Sandow literally threw a bleeding Cody Rhodes off the ladder and ended their partnership, so that way he could be Money in the Bank. So we could see that happen. Um,
Yeah.
but you kind of have like two teams here. You have Bailey and Io, and then Trish and Stark, and then like Becky and Vega. They're both in there just to fend for themselves. Like poor girls.
It's interesting that none of us have picked Becky though, because like I said, she's the one they're really hyping up here though. But none of us seem confident in her ability to win this.
I I will say Becky's been on fire. I like she's. It seems like maybe like 3 or 4 weeks ago. I think around the draft when it first happened, and this whole feud with Trish Stratus, she kind of upped her aggression almost, and her
Yeah,
matches are very much
her
improved. I
promo
think,
work
and
has really
also
improved.
that too,
Well,
that
I think
too.
a lot of
Becky's
it
always been
too
a good
is
promo, but
I think a lot of it too is I think she even hinted on Raw she's not going to win because she told Ripley, "I don't need the title needs me." So I feel like it's kind of vice versa toward the Money in the Bank. Like she doesn't need the briefcase needs her. So I feel like the reason they're having her say that is because they want you to kind of expect her, to be away from the title picture a little longer and see some other girls get some shots. But I can see even
which is
Trish winning
fair.
it, cashing in, and then Becky facing the champion at Mania and Senator Packin. So who knows? But I just don't see Becky doing it right now because if they want to do Becky versus Trish at SummerSlam within a month or two, that would mean they'd have to put it on Becky now, get the title off Rhea within a 30, 60 days or less, and I think it's too soon
Which,
for Mommy to do
come
that.
on,
So
let's be honest with ourselves here, though. That title's not coming off, mommy.
that's what
Come
I'm saying.
on.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if they put it on Becky now, and Becky defends it against Trish at SummerSlam within like 60 days or less, that means Rhea would have to lose it 60 days or less, and I just don't see that happening.
All right, so
that is I did notice that this year, because every year the Money in the Bank, women's Money in the Bank, the reigns are like one day or a few hours for the most part.
Yeah, so it's always
or, a week
been,
or so.
It's not even been a week. It's always been either the night of that they win it or the night after on Raw.
Carmella held it for like a year almost.
Oh yeah, no, except for her.
But I remember.
Yeah, you're right. You're right about Carmella.
Rhea's gonna be there. Rhea's gonna be there, of course, because of Dominic. But I noticed there was no like women's title matches on the show. So
except for the tag team and the Money in the Bank,
maybe not.
I'm just gonna throw out this last point for my headcanon here. I think we can all agree that Mommy isn't the one taking the contract loss here. What if? Now, just hear me out. They're talking about this this match with Charlotte Flair versus Asuka for the women's match on Friday. They're talking about that match is going to end like in some sort of farcical way or whatever, and it's not going to be good. And they're going to add Bianca into the program. What if they have a triple threat, and then and this is somewhere down the line, and then at the triple threat, Bianca wins it. Just hear me out. Bianca wins it, and then my winner, Bayley, because I think she's winning it. What if Bayley goes and then immediately cashes in and wins it off of Bianca, further screwing Bianca out of the title? And then that's what kicks off the big heel turn for Bianca.
I would never be so mad at a show ever. I would never be so mad if that happened. I don't like Bayley, and if she did that to Bianca, I would just be like,
nuclear heat.
Nah.
I mean, who plays a better heel in the women's division than Bayley? That would be the ultimate heel move. But moving on, we have Seth freaking Rollins versus Finn Balor for the World Heavyweight Championship. This one is hard because not only are we kind of getting a homeboy situation with Finn Balor because they're in London. Obviously, he's from Ireland. But they're again, like I said, there's rumors of an upset out there. There's the whole thing where if Priest wins the briefcase, what if Balor has the championship? So there's lots of moving parts. Like it's a big theme with this show. So who do we think's going to come out with the win here? I'm going to go with Rollins, and I think he's coming away with the win just because, for the simple fact, he's too new into his reign. But I'd like you guys to kind of at least consider it before making your predictions, because I already see you doing this. But at least consider the thought of Balor winning. What would that look like for WWE? Ty, let's go with you first.
I mean, my brother had me convinced. I was like, he's like, "Yo,
because you're saying Priest is winning
on Seth. All these."
You're saying Priest is winning.
I am saying Priest is winning.
Does that mean that Finn is winning too?
Yeah, but nah. I don't think Finn's winning. I think Seth's going to take the win, and we only need one big Judgment Day win, and Priest needs it the most. So,
but doesn't that set those two up though?
But like I said,
I mean, I'm not trying to sway you already. I'm not trying to sway you or anything, but doesn't that set them up?
Yeah, you are. Though? You're trying to sway me.
I mean, I'm just trying to make your pick make sense.
I mean, with Priest with the case, there'll be some jealousy, even if Balor loses. So, either way.
Okay.
Or like Joey said before, Priest could get involved in the match and take it off Seth, or take it off and be like, "You stole my moment, Priest. How could you do that?"
Okay. That is possible.
So that's the case, and Seth Rollins is winning.
Joey,
because he's Seth freaking Rollins.
Oh, and before we get into this, I would just like to throw this out there. If a Money in the Bank winner cashes in, and this goes forward until these Money in the Bank briefcases are gone. But if a briefcase gets cashed in, and obviously like we do a prediction, say we're doing Gunther versus Matt Riddle, just to throw it out there. If they're in the middle of a match, somebody cashes in, and then they win the match, then that fucks everybody's points. Or Seth.
I was still trying to pick Rollins or Balor. I want to think that Balor's gonna win by disqualification or count out. No, I want something in my head says Balor's gonna win, but he's not gonna win the title. Like I can see him damaging Seth Rollins' shoulder or something, and referee stoppage or count out, something to make it where Balor wins and does beat the champion, but he doesn't win the title. But I think Seth Rollins, they're trying to make that title really legit and add some prestige to it, and it's brand new. I gotta think that Rollins' real first pay-per-view defense, I think Rollins gonna pull it off.
Okay. So we're all three going for Rollins here. So last match of the night, I feel like this one is probably really going to divide people. And Ty, just as a reminder, you still have your super pick out there. So were you saving that for this match?
Yep.
Just making sure.
This match.
God, this one tore me up.
Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa versus the Usos. Bloodline Civil War. Just a straight up tag team match. There's no titles or anything involved. It's just all about bragging rights. I
don't like
terrible.
This
feels bad. This is Iron Man this is Iron Man versus Captain America. This is Thundercats versus
Batman
He-Man.
versus Superman.
This is Batman versus Superman. This is Fast and Furious versus the laws of physics. Like, this is Civil War. But I've been burned one too many times. I've been burned one too many times for not picking and acknowledging the tribal chief. So, in this specific instance, I will acknowledge Roman Reigns, I will acknowledge Solo Sikoa, and I am going to say that the bloodline, the true bloodline, is going to win this match. My one is in the air. I am very interested to see what you guys think. Joey, let's go with you.
Dude, this has tore me up since Forbidden Door. Like, I've been thinking about it daily, thinking like, God, like, I can see the Usos winning and getting that big, that big rub because, they just left the bloodline. They have a lot to prove. But I do want to see Roman, along with Solo. But I mainly want to see Roman, like, put the Usos in their place and be like, if you guys would have stayed with me, you wouldn't have lost. You would have been on top with me. But this, like, I don't know, like, what if this is the match I pick wrong and it causes me to tie or lose? Like, but
I'm gonna say I'm just gonna cut you off real quick. I'm gonna say the Usos have been on top of the mountain longer than Roman Reigns has. I don't think they have anything to prove here. I think if anybody's got something to prove here, it's Solo and Reigns gelling as a team. Because we know the Usos are solid. So, but that's just something I want to interject there. Go ahead.
I am going to go with Roman and Solo because I acknowledge Roman as my tribal chief. And if I go against you and pick the Usos and the bloodline wins, you're up a point, I'm down a point. So I figured if I go with this and we're both right, you can gain a point, but I'll gain a point. So I'm going to be safe and go with Roman just because it's Roman Reigns. Why not? Like, why would you want to bet against him?
Well, then in that case, I'm going with the Usos. Because I want to be different than you, Joey, damn it.
Well, in that case, I want to go with Paul Heyman.
You know what? Yeah, fuck it.
Nah,
I'm changing. I'm changing my answer. I'm going with the Usos, just because you're going with the bloodline with Roman. So
now, what if that
Ty,
screws
this is
you?
your super pick. What if it screws me? It screws me.
Yep.
Ty, this is your super pick. So let's hear it. Lay it on us, hot and heavy.
There's no other answer. I mean, the absolute true bloodline, like, and the ones that, because some things done happen, and the divide, how it happened,
is the Usos.
Absolutely terrible.
It's the Usos. They're the OGs.
It's here. I'm gonna just say it. Here's my answer. Roman Reigns and Solo, welcome to the Uso Penitentiary, because the Usos are going to take the win and are my super pick and going to beat Roman in the main event.
What a hypocritical butt.
Hold on.
Yeah, I was going to say, what a...
Uso, baby. Uso, baby.
Screw you. I was
Uso,
baby.
You
hypocrite.
Uso, baby. Uso, baby.
I was going to say you hypocrite for wearing a Roman shirt picking the Usos, and then you pull that off. Screw you.
The best damn tag team in the world. The Usos.
God dang. I hope you got your AC on, because that had to be pretty hot wearing 2 black shirts at one time. I thought you were going to rip it.
It was hot.
Screw
that has got to be the
Usos.
That has got to be the spiciest pick that Ty has ever made.
I thought he was going to rip off the shirt. I thought he was going to rip off the shirt.
I thought he was going to Hulk Hogan it too.
And then pull out another Roman shirt and be like, I lied, I'm going with Roman.
No! I'm going Roman.
He swerves us twice in one episode.
Right?
The Usos are the real ones.
They are day one-ish, whatever the fuck that means.
They can be day one-ish all they want, but Roman Reigns is the one.
They're Usi.
They're
Usi. But Roman ain't Usi.
No, Roman's just undisputed champion.
He's not undisputed
Your boys
champion. That's just what the fuck they call him. You can't be undisputed champion with another world title.
They created a world championship because Roman was so, undefeatable. They made another title, a consolation prize for all these other wrestlers to fight for. Roman's walking out to the ring with the black. Roman Reigns is walking out with the black WWE title, the blue Universal, the gold WWE. I mean, the guy's carrying around 3 titles, and you want to talk about belt collectors? We're talking about the guy carrying 3 of the most prestigious titles there is in WWE, why everyone else is out here fighting for these other titles. But of course,
But he's not a tag team wrestler.
No, he's not
a tag team wrestler.
No, but he's a leader, and he'll lead Solo Sikoa in the right direction. Why do you think Matt Riddle is going for the IC title? Because he knows that he can't defeat Roman.
But he's okay. But here's the problem, though.
He loses his tag matches.
Roman is scared of Solo. He's scared of what Solo can do. He's so in his head and narcissistic that he's trying to control Solo so hard. And, just with the little things he does, he's going to blow that powder keg.
Remember the Raw before Mania, he bumped into Solo's shoulder and gave that stare. Then when he was about to attack Cody, held his arm back. They made that gazy stare.
Well, that
should have been.
If he tries to go against Roman, and he's already turned on the Usos, he really will be Solo, because then he won't have Roman or his 2 brothers. So yeah, there might be a reason why they call him Solo.
Okay, here's the thing: if we get to this match, and Roman and Solo come out first. And then we see like the old Uso entrance come out where they do the haka and they have the pyro and then it transitions into their
Oh my god, I couldn't stand that. Don't
if they do that shit and like they do the pyro and then it transitions into their newer music, like if that happens and they go into tribal warfare mode, like yeah, then we know the Usos are winning. But I think that
What
would
if
be a
Rikishi
really cool visual.
What if Rikishi comes back and then turns on his sons?
What if Rikishi comes back and beats up
They
Paul
would
Heyman?
Never do that.
What if he gives him the stink face?
Yeah. Oh my god.
What if Paul Heyman? What if Rikishi grabs Paul Heyman by the scruff, throws him into the barricade corner, and gives him a stink face? Like just got some tearaway pants.
I doubt it will happen too, but I would like to see The Rock return and be a factor in it, but I don't see it happening.
I'm so sick of hearing about The Rock.
I chose the Usos 2 days ago. I was like, they're gonna get me. I'm gonna put
you traitor! I never want to see you put your one in the sky.
They're gonna
get you traitor.
They're gonna give me the championship. You're not gonna be champion.
All
Jody.
this time, you and me's been doing this, and now you're turning on Roman when he needs the votes the most. Like you are turning on him.
He don't need to win.
You know what's gonna
happen? You're all acting like you got this one already. You could just knock each other out. I don't even have to be part of this.
What's gonna happen?
You guys are like. You are not seeing the bigger picture here. The goal for Roman realized, you know what? I done got this whole roster over from them having great matches with me. How do I get my family over now? First it's the Usos, then it's gonna be Solo, and then Paul will leave as well. But he's trying to get his. You think he put Sami Zayn and KO over, but not them?
No. What's going to happen is Roman's going to win, and your boys are going to lose, and then the next pay-per-view, which Roman will defend at, you'll be right back to put your one in the sky. Like, you'll realize Roman was victorious. You are.
I will throw this out there, though.
Well, I will do it, but he's going to lose this one. I'll do it, but he'll lose this one. So
I will throw this one bit of information out there, though, gentlemen. If Roman loses here in this match, that'll be the second match in a row that he's lost. That's a scary
technically
thought.
ain't been
Even if he doesn't take the pin, it would still on paper be the second match in a row that he had lost.
I'm fine with that. Matches. I just don't want my tribal chief to get pinned 1, 2, 3.
It is going to happen by the first person to do it. Jey Uso.
No. I think Jimmy's going to be the one to get pinned by Solo.
And I think Jay's going to be the one to pin Solo. I think that's how it's going down.
This ain't fair, because like Ty's been on my side this whole time with Roman putting her one in the sky, and now I know what it feels like to be Roman getting betrayed by your family. Like this is what Roman felt like, being betrayed. Like all this time, I thought we had this agreement, and I thought we had this on lockdown. I am truly the only Roman believer in this freaking podcast.
That's why you're the honorary Oos.
To the day I die.
I had you going. That was the best promo ever. I led you in with the shirt and everything, and you're like, nope.
Well,
Usos,
your boys can still win, but just know at the end of this pay-per-view, you will not be RPD champion.
I'm hearing doubt. Are you hearing that, Ty? So I'm hearing doubt.
Yes, I am.
Oh, I'm
pressing X for doubt.
No. I believe in Roman full 100%.
Okay, I have a serious question as we wrap this up. Ty, how bad is it going to feel if you end up tying Joey just to give me my title back? How bad are you going to feel?
That'd be terrible. I'd just be like,
because
we'll probably know by the last match. So if we're watching the last match and know, you could either lose or you could tie. It's like, but that's not gonna happen. So
there's a world I see here where I've made my bold predictions and I fuck it all up. But I could see it where it's a 1 point difference, and you and Joey are in the main event there, and it's either Joey's gonna win or you're gonna tie and I'm gonna win. I'm gonna keep that title. That's gonna feel so bad for both of you.
I want to embarrass Joey at Money in the Bank and at SummerSlam.
I just want you to know
that's
that
the goal. I gotta win the belt.
Yeah, you guys have had fun holding that belt, but at the end of this pay-per-view, neither of you are going to be the RPD champion, and I'm going to start taking this more seriously. I'm going to do whatever I can to make sure I keep that RPD title once I win it. I mean, you think Roman doing it now is bad. Wait till I get that title.
I keep hearing once I win it. If
you don't
I win it, blah, blah, blah. You got to win it first.
You don't learn, Joe. You chose Dom and Logan at WrestleMania and chose them again at Money in the Bank. Like, what are you thinking?
I see.
You chose Dom too, Jesse. So
I didn't choose Dom too.
Yeah, you're right.
Chose Dom at WrestleMania.
Okay, you're right. I did pick Logan.
Yeah. You chose Dom at WrestleMania.
I did pick them at Mania, and this has got to be their big payoff. It makes sense for him to
win at Mania.
No. All that punishment he put his dad through, dad ain't touched him but one punch. That's it. This whole time, this has been going on for months, and you want him to take a win after all that embarrassment?
Yeah.
All right.
Plus, he's bigger than Ray. Ray's like 3 foot tall.
I think we've pontificated on this enough. So there are your picks for WWE Money in the Bank, the second half of RPD Supercard 2. I think this is going to be a real spicy Sunday we got coming up here, boys, and I can't wait to see it. Any closing thoughts?
Hey, I do want to add something. I do want to tell our followers, if anyone plays the WWE 2K23 video game, you can find the Ring Post Daily Arena in the created content area. Just the hashtags are Ring Post Daily, RPD, an awesome one, Joey. If you look it up, you can find the Ring Post Daily arena with our logo and everything, and you can play in the Ring Post Daily podcast arena yourself. So if anyone watching this goes ahead and does that, go ahead and send our Facebook or our Twitter a picture of it. Let us know that you're listening and that you're playing in the arena, and it should be fun to see whoever actually does follow through with that and says, hey, look, I downloaded the arena. I'm playing matches in it. Like, that'd be cool to see. So look it up in the
Joey,
2K23 community creations.
Joey, how have we not gotten a creator wrestler with you, and it's you and your kind of, your t-shirt and everything, and instead of Paul Heyman, it's you out there with the tribal chief, oh, my tribal chief, yeah, we need to get that. We need to get the footage of you
holding
doing
up
that.
The title.
Yeah, holding up the titles in the entranceway. You at ringside.
Don't think it ain't crossed my mind.
Dude,
don't think it ain't crossed my mind. Yeah, I got the shirt right here.
That'll make some content. But anyway, that's been our predictions. I hope you guys all have a wonderful weekend. And I truly hope that I am still your RPD Prophecy champion at the end of it. But we'll definitely we'll see what happens.
I hope you all feel super bad going against Roman at the end of this weekend.
I hope Ty feels super bad when he ties it up for me to retain.
Not gonna happen. Tyreek thought it was gonna be his year, but Tyreek thought it was gonna be his year, but really, I don't see a belt, buddy. I don't see a belt.
All right,
it's right there. See, round that title.
It's not his belt.
Shoulder.
Well, I hope you all have a wonderful night and happy wrestling.
It will be.